So, Mina, what do you think about the fit, Drake Maye entering his second year, and then with Josh McDaniels' offense coming in?
Yeah, there's a lot of facets to this pairing that I think will work, but one thing I'm particularly optimistic about is I think the run game as a whole is going to be a lot better. Some of that has to do with the reworking of the offensive line. The addition of TreVeyon Henderson was a draft pick I absolutely loved out of Ohio State. Gives them a bell cow back who's also they can use in the passing game, pass protection, things like that. But also what you alluded to there, which is Drake Maye last year proved to be absolutely dynamite as a runner. Top 3 in just about every advanced metric. Success rate, missed tackles forced, rushing yards over expected. And Josh McDaniels, people may have forgotten, worked with Cam Newton, so he can call a designed quarterback run game. I think you're going to see some option football in New England, and I wouldn't be surprised if it all comes together, maybe more than people expect.
Mina, there is some low-key optimism right now league-wide about the New England Patriots at least making some noise in the AFC East. Like, talking to some of their teams, they're like, they could at least push the Bills a little bit. Miami's in transition. New York Jets are in transition. You know the Patriots defense is typically going to be pretty good. 3 new starters on the offensive line. It just all depends on how you feel about that passing game. They haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver since Julian Edelman, so it has been a while. There are enough believers in Drake Maye league-wide that they feel like they can make that work. Kyle Williams, third-round pick, they're really high on him, too. He's been impressive so far.
I'm glad you brought up wide receiver, Jeremy, because the other big story of Patriots OTAs is Stefon Diggs, who, Mike Reese was reporting that he was at practice today after video emerged of the newly signed Patriots wideout partying on a boat with women and an unidentified pink substance in a baggie. So, Jeremy, what do we need to know about this situation?
So, Dan, I checked with the NFL. They are declining comment on this matter. And I checked with somebody with the Patriots. They said that this is sort of an elephant in the room. Everybody knows about it, but it's not like they're breaking down the tape in the front office going play-by-play with this thing. They just sort of know it is what it is and that Mike Vrabel is going to handle it. He's expressed some disappointment publicly, so we'll see if it results in any sort of discipline. It's funny, I checked with a few teams, and they mentioned, like, how do you police this, whether it's the NFL or the Patriots? Because how do you really know what that substance was? I mean, it could be funded for all we know, but it's a hard thing to decipher.
It certainly could be, Jeremy, but it may not be either. But I would just tell you from a front office perspective, look, you have to have a presumption of innocence. You don't know if the league's going to take the league on an investigation. And look, you could talk to Stefon Diggs and get, his version of, what happened. He's critically important. I mean, I like Kyle Williams. I think he's a really interesting receiver. Jalen Polk was certainly a disappointment last year. So was Javon Baker. So it's Stefon Diggs and a whole bunch of question marks. Look, they have Hunter Henry. Earlier, Mina Kimes, she mentioned TreVeyon Henderson. I love the fact that he can catch the ball out of the backfield, but as a frontline difference-making receiver, it's Stefon Diggs and draw a line. So they have to get to the bottom of this. I would be surprised if he was cut on account of it. But again, maybe there'll be more facts later on.